Good evening. What's going on, guys? This is your man, Real Deal, Steele, coming to you live on a Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Happy Hump Day. What is going on? We've got a great show, a fantastic show lined up for you guys tonight. Who do we got in here? We got some familiar names and some new names as well, and that's a good blend that I like to see. We got Robbie Gilchrist, of course, Robbie Gilchrist, the Doge After Dark Dolphin, the resident Dolphin. I love it. We've got Particle, we got Slayblaze, we got Batman versus Deadpool, we got Nurse Terry Reed, we've got Alan Schneider, Dogecoin Tweet, Uncle Chad Paxton. Good to see you, my friend. Stormer144, Blasting Tom Prowess 007. And the list goes on, Look to leap for. And Habit Upside, Dog Says, Ariel. Welcome, Ariel. Good to see you guys. Make sure you smash that like button. Listen very carefully. I want each and every one of you, if you haven't already, I want you to smash that like button right now like you'd smash your childhood celebrity crush. It takes a split second of your time. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's the number one thing you can do to help a new emerging channel like this get in front of more viewers, to expand the audience. Also, if you're brand new here, I would like to give you a warm welcome. You are listening to Steven Steele Live. I am Steven Steele, and we would love to have you join this community. I feel that our community is the best. We have an exceptional, an eccentric, and kind group of folks here, and so I'd love to have you sync up with our vision. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat anytime throughout the show, that's obviously bigly appreciated for my time and efforts. And you can feel free to ask myself or any of my guests whatever questions or comments that you feel inclined to. Sliding Edge starting things off right and out of sight with the $5 super chat. Thank you, Sliding Edge. Appreciate that. Says coming in hot. Yes, we are. We're coming in hot with some Texas toast and so much more. At this time, I would like to bring on a man that needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. It is Dogecoin millionaire, the OG Dogecoin millionaire, Nick Ballz. Nick, how you feeling, man?
I've been drinking.
Oh boy, here we go. It's going to be that kind of party.
Not a lot. I literally had one shot, but I thought it was going to be a party with Sir Doge of the coin here tonight.
Yeah, and we'll be bringing him on just in a few minutes here. Yeah, when I hear that, it reminds me of this old Beastie Boys song. It had this sample, and I don't know where they got it from, but it was like, if it's going to be this kind of party, I'm going to stick my, you know what, in the mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be that kind of party tonight, folks. Batman versus Deadpool coming in again. Thank you, my friend. Good to see you. $2 super chat. Want this freshly baked pizza if off Pizza Stone? Sure, that's the way to do it.
Actually, I saw his pic on Twitter. The pizza looked phenomenal, by the way. I'm off my diet, by the way, guys. That's why I'm drinking right now and eating pizza if I want to. I didn't have any pizza tonight, but it looked really good. Oh, so Batman v Deadpool posted pictures of like a pizza he made or a pizza he ordered? Kind of confused. I think he made it. It looked homemade, I think. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's I'm salivating as you speak of it. I haven't really eaten today, so yeah, guys, feel free to share this show out. If you're following me on Twitter, if you could RT the link to this the show, that would be awesome. That'd be awesome. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So yeah, we got some fun, interesting things to talk about tonight. And we've got a brand new guest that we haven't had on before, but a name within the Dogecoin community that most of you are likely familiar with. Those of you who are deep in it. And this is a man, a myth, a somewhat of a legend, who goes by the name Sir Doge of the coin. Sir Doge of the coin, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you loud. We
what's
can
up,
hear
buddy?
you loud and clear. Judging from your accent, I'm guessing Scotland, sir.
No, it's Ireland.
Ireland,
sorry. Now
yeah.
that I hear you talk more, now it's clear. Sorry. I was just going off the first intro. So Ireland. Okay, now it's very clear to me. Yes, coming to us live from Ireland. And Ireland, it's got to be about pushing 4 a.m. there, yeah?
Yeah, it is about 10 to 4. But I got a bit of a sleep before this, so I'm kind of fresh.
Okay, good. You've got a bit of rejuvenation, and you're good to go, sir.
You know what? I'm gonna take a shot right now, just for you, sir.
All right.
I couldn't take a shot right now. I've been drinking way too much recently. My friends are moving to Canada next week, so we're trying to send them off well. So we've been drinking like pretty much non-stop in the last few days. So.
Gotcha. So you're just kind of climbing your way out of a little bit of a bender, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday and today was really the ones that we've only been resting from. But
very good. Understood. And where were your friends visiting from?
oh no, they're just moving to Canada, so we're just
it's okay.
Yeah,
You're sending
to
them
Toronto,
off.
like they're just our good friends, so we're just gonna send them off the good old fashioned Irish style before they go back over there.
Yes. So is it true what they say? Are the stereotypes true about like shepherd's pie? Is that like a staple for you, or not so much?
Yeah, it is a staple, I guess. All right, but,
Yeah.
You wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have it every day or every whatever. It'd just be like the restaurants and everything would obviously it'd be a staple for restaurants and stuff, but it wouldn't be a big staple for Irish families unless you're kind of a farmer or anything like that.
Right. So what would you say? What would you say is like an Irish stereotype that's one, an Irish stereotype that's not so much true, and then two, an Irish stereotype that's totally true?
Yeah, well, I suppose one that's not totally true is the Irish accent that a lot of Americans put on. Even when you see movies and stuff, it's always like the ginger hair, freckles, and the over exaggerated Irish accent. I suppose that's the one that's over exaggerated, I guess.
Yeah.
But then the one that's right is the drinking, like, I suppose, because I was. Yeah, it is like I just have to be honest. Like, but even like myself, like I was a complete like athlete, never drank this blah blah until I went to college, pretty much, and then you gotta live your life as well, I suppose. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's fun, like, but yeah, that's definitely not over exaggerated anyway.
Yeah. Okay, it's good to know.
Yeah.
That being said, overall, would you say that Irishmen have higher alcohol tolerances?
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, I would think so. Yeah, definitely.
In their DNA, Stephen.
I think it is in the DNA. Like, even when I've never been to the US before myself, but like the friends that are going over to Canada now have been, and even then they were just like they just can't hack it like we do. Like I've like a few of our friends from the US come over, and like in fairness they can party good, like, but they just can't keep it up with us, like.
Yeah.
My brother actually went to Ireland with my dad. That was his middle school going into high school, like class trip. They went to Ireland for 2 weeks. I didn't realize how small Ireland was. Like, they took a bus, I guess. They took like a travel bus across Ireland, and it only took them like 3 days.
Yeah, like if you wanted to get from the top to bottom to Ireland, like I could. Like when I was in college, I was taking the bus from Cork to almost Dublin, which is pretty much halfway up so like Cork's the bottom of Ireland pretty much, and then like the south, and then Dublin would be kind of the kind of east, but up north then. So that would only take me like if you were driving that, even that would take 3.5 hours, maybe half the way.
Yeah,
you could definitely drive the whole way across Ireland in a day, like, easily.
And if you look, it's so crazy on if you look on Google Earth, like do the Earth view, there is not, like, other than like the cities, there is not a square inch of Ireland that isn't being farmed. I think that's so crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it is literally one gigantic, massive farm.
Yeah, like
Everything's a farm.
you go past anywhere, like anywhere you drive, there's just, it's not very urban. Like, it's completely like, you drive anywhere and there's just a field to the side of you, and there's just a cow there. There's animals or whatever, or something being planted there. Like, yeah, it's completely, it's the green aisle. Like, it's completely, yeah, that's how you can describe it. Is everything's green there. Like,
that's crazy. I'm a fan. Sorry, I'm a fan of the Rubber Bandits. Do you listen to those guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were massive back in the day. Like, they're not as big now. They've kind of branched off to. They've kind of found a bit of maturity in themselves rather than being that band that they used to be. But I think one of them's doing a podcast at the moment, and it's actually really really deep. The kind of subjects he brings up on them now at the moment. It's not really comedy per se, but yeah, back in the day, I remember in my teens listening to those the songs. They were hilarious. They were like a huge staple of Irish culture there, and kind of what was it, 2000
or mid 2000s,
2012 maybe up to 2016 or something.
Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? The
Rubber Bandits, bro. Do you remember the Rubber Bandits?
Just let's put a bookmark in the Rubber Bandits.
Okay.
We're gonna get to a couple of these super chats, and then I want to pick up where we left off. First of all, Liv from Ask Finances here. Thank you so much. Liv's a good friend of mine, good friend of the show's. Coming in big with 50 Canadian smackaroos. Thank you so much for that generous super chat and support, Liv. We love you here. We love you. And she says, Steven Steele to the moon. Listen, in light of my personal finances, I will take that. I will take that in a heartbeat. So thank you so much, Liv. Really appreciate that. And then Robbie Gilchrist coming in big with the resident Dogecoin Dolphin. Robbie Gilchrist coming in big with 69 Canadian dollars. Off to a really strong start. Thank you so much, Robbie. We appreciate you big time here for supporting the show and your support of the Doge community in general. Thank you so much, Robbie. And then Josh Randell Disavows coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Josh. Always good to see you, my friend. Says, I'm part Irish and can drink a swimming pool of whiskey. Wow. Again, I guess that speaks to the genetic predisposition of high alcohol tolerance for the Irish. I don't have a lick of Irish in me. I'm half English and half Dutch. So my alcohol tolerance is rather low, to be honest. Yeah. So did you do any drinking tonight, sir?
I went for 1 point. We went out to kind of a place called Alakista. It's just kind of out like a bit more rural to where I'm living at the moment, just with a couple of my friends. Like we're still shook from so like last night we were drinking kind of till kind of 6 a.m. Then came back here and didn't get much sleep. Just came out. It was just a spontaneous move. The weather was nice, so we just went out to a pub kind of near a beach and had 1 point. But yeah, it's still, yeah. I just couldn't really drink any more than that. All the flies were out as well. Those midgies, like, they were so fucking bad. They were just sauce. We were just like, we might as well just go home and relax instead.
Yeah, gotcha. So you took it easy compared to how you've been going.
Yeah. We had to take it easy from what we've been doing recently. Like,
gotcha. So I'm not sure. You don't have to disclose where exactly in Ireland you are, but so is it also true about? It seems to me, I've never been to Ireland, but it seems to be that it's predominantly super green. The greenery and the landscape there is that overall a truism?
Yeah, that's completely true. Like, that's 100% accurate. Like, again, like I was saying there, like, I mean, unless you're in the city in Dublin or Cork City, like, you're gonna be seeing green everywhere. Like, it's just grass everywhere, trees, farms, everything you go past. Even on the way to places, like even going down motorways or anything, even on sides of the road there, like. It's all green, yeah.
My brother went to kiss the Blarney Stone there, and they had this garden at that castle, and it was full of plants that could like kill you. And they were like, "It looks pretty, but don't touch any of these. You'll die."
Wow. Sir, how did you come up with the name for this Twitter handle, Sir Doge of the coin? Was there anything? It's a very distinct. It's a very distinct name that's gotten a lot of attention on social media. How did you arrive at that?
It literally came from my profile picture, because I was like, I don't know what I was doing at the start. I had a different name and a different profile picture, and I was just kind of thinking of what to make of it. And I'd made I don't know, maybe 500 followers at one stage, and I was like, you know what, will I change this to I keep this as a personal profile, kind of Sir Doge or whatever, or will I bring it to Dogecoin Ireland, just to branch out the range of Dogecoin? Because that was even before Doge Norway and Doge UK and all these. So I was just thinking if I made a kind of a country of Dogecoin kind of one, would that kind of help Dogecoin in a way like that, make it look more reputable and stuff. And I was in the midst of the two, and I was found that picture and I just put it on, and I said, what would be a good name for that? And I just said Sir Doge of the coin.
Yeah.
And then I think I just gained traction because I was lucky that Elon replied to me so many times.
I was just about to ask you, what is it like being Elon Musk's best friend? What is that? What is that like?
I think I just have a nick for memes, to be honest. I've always had that was a big thing for me, why I started going into Doge, because pretty much my story from what I wanted to, when I started from Doge was I knew about cryptocurrencies for a while, because I doing business and finance for college, and I was a trainee fund accountant for a while and stuff. But then I was looking into cryptocurrencies. This was a few years ago even. I bought XRP for pennies, and I never even thought about it after buying it. And then I was oh, let me just I quit my job because I hated being an accountant, because it was just way too much. I knew I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life, so I took the money that I had made from that, and I was let me just put it into cryptocurrency now. And I was which one would I put it in? And I was actually looking at two at the time. I was on crypto.com, and I was looking at BitTorrent, and I was looking at Dogecoin, because they were both really cheap. And I didn't know too much about cryptocurrencies, about the charts and how they're doing and everything. And they're pretty much at the same price. I think BitTorrent was a little bit cheaper, and you just couldn't buy BitTorrent on crypto.com. So I was I'll just put on to Dogecoin. It's funny, memes, Elon Musk has been tweeting about it, and then everything's just gone from there. I think it's just hilarious, because I used to be so into memes, showing my friends memes in class and school, making my own memes about my friends and everything, and then everything, it just all came full circle now. I even telling my friends there today about the page, and they're what the fuck is going on? But yeah, it's everything just I don't know how to say it. It's just I think I was just lucky as well with those Elon replies. I think I just got good memes for the posts he's put up, and then they just he just replies to them. So
yeah. So what was the first time? When was the first time that Elon responded to you, and to what was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Which one was it? I think it was asking about the Shiba Inu. I think that was the first one. I think it was just was it a pram of dogs or a cute Shiba Inu puppy, and I was just when are you getting the Shiba Inu or something like that? And I can't remember the phone, but I think he's replied to me twice about the Shiba getting the puppy. Or no, looking at pup soon, he said. I said, when are you getting the dog? Because I think he mentioned it before, that he was getting it. And then randomly I just said, when are you getting the pup or something like that? And he just said, looking at pup soon, then reply. And then after that, I think he replied to another one about the pup, saying that he's going to get them in late this year or something. And then the next one was, I told him to get a 69k house after Matt Wallace was saying, that he was, he lives to a very, humble standard of living, for a billionaire, that he lives in that 50k house in Boca Chica. And I just said it with a meme, because it was 6'9", so I had a meme. It's a Doge counting from 58, 59, 60 up to 69, and then it's a smirk, and then counting again, and it's just. Then he said, from some improvements, I'm pretty sure it's 69k now. And then obviously this one, and then he liked one of my memes that I made as well. It's like SpongeBob and Patrick like running outside with Squidward looking out at them like, envious. And then it's like,
that was you.
Elon Musk and Dogecoin, and then the rest of the crypto community, or the rest of the crypto market.
That's awesome. And now you're flying on his private jet with him. And you're going to be starring in a Grimes music video. What is that like? What is that going to be like?
No, I think this is if this is the peak, I think this is a good peak to have. I'm not asking for any more than a couple of likes and a couple of replies from Elon Musk, to be honest.
I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
it's so cool that I got into the community long ago. And mostly for the memes, really. I mean, there was other few, factors that went into it, but it was like, clearly, this is the winner out of all of them. Like, this is the one. This has the best memes. I'm going to go with it. And I think that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. So, like, Sir Doge, the first time Elon responded to you, were you awake, or is this something that you found out like hours afterwards, or did you get
I'm pretty sure I was awake. I'm pretty sure I was either drunk. I think I was mildly drunk, maybe.
Yeah.
Or I smoked or something, and I was just like, I was talking to one of my friends actually, who I got into it very early with. So like the first person that I had an encounter on Twitter with was Scooby Doge. She was like the Doge in the hat as well before his account got taken down. I don't know if you know, but he's a really good guy. Like, and I think I was just talking to him on WhatsApp, and then just watching something on the TV, and then I look at my Twitter, and I'm like, whoa, I'm getting a load of notifications all of a sudden, and then I think I just looked at it and I saw the Elon Musk, profile picture. I was just like, oh yeah, that's probably just the fake Elon Musk accounts there. Like, because I think it was either just replies, and I was like, oh, it's just the fake fucking Elon Musk account. Don't be worrying about that. Then I clicked onto it and I was like, oh no, that's actually Elon Musk. Like, and then like it doesn't, you don't get used to it. You just get that like rush of dopamine and serotonin, like that huge rush of euphoria, and you're like, oh my god, like the richest man in the world, the guy who's the guy who's bringing humans to Mars, like literally just took his time to reply to you on Twitter, like, and that's crazy. Like, and it's actually the one that I was thinking about there that I forgot was another meme that it's the girl with the looking back at the camera where there's like smirking, and there's like the house is on fire in the background.
Yes.
And the little girl,
yeah, and it was like Elon Musk and Dogecoin growing without his tweets, because there was like a
Did you edit his face into that?
Sorry?
Did you put his face on her?
No, I actually didn't put his face onto it. Like, I think there's after that some people have put his face onto it.
Okay.
It was actually just completely. It was just like Dogecoin growing naturally without his tweets, and like that was that period of time where Doge put up this huge gains without him even tweeting about it for like a couple of weeks, I think. And then he just replied with 2 laughing emojis, and I was like, Musk definitely just looked at his tweet, just had little like and it's just like put 2 laughing emojis. So I was like, I probably made Elon Musk laugh a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you have your notifications on? Like, did you literally get like a notification alert that Elon Musk replied to you?
Yeah, like I have my alerts on for every Elon Musk reply, and I have it on for Elon Musk as well. But yeah, it's crazy. Like I keep all my notifications on, like, so I don't limit notifications, just because I want to reply to pretty much everyone, and I like everybody's tweets that I comment, just because I like to get interactions with everyone. Even I know that I'm not following a lot of people, because at the very start I wanted to just keep just 69 followers or following, but then I was like, what, actually doesn't matter, I just want to follow as many people now as possible. But I like to interact with everyone that's following me, just because it's so funny, and everyone in the Doge community is just the best, I mean, I don't think I've had one negative interaction with anyone really, besides, you know, people who obviously don't really have the root or the core values of the Dogecoin community. But like, it's
crazy.
It's such entertainment. Like, I don't know how Twitter's free. Like, I never used Twitter before this, and now I'm just like hooked on it.
Yeah, totally. So that's awesome, man. So how long you been into crypto? Did Doge get you into crypto, or were you into it before then?
Yeah, so I was mildly into it before then. Like, so there's this app in Ireland called Revolut, which is pretty much the Robinhood equivalent, I think, but obviously not as many stuff. So it's kind of a semi-banking app where you can, you know, buy stocks and crypto and stuff. But at the time, they didn't have many like other altcoins. It was, you know, your Bitcoins, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, Stellar Lumens, all those kind of ones. So there's no Dogecoin, none of the smaller, lower market cap ones. So this is about when I was in college, maybe like 2017, 18, and I bought XRP, and I literally never used it. I never used it at all, like, and I just forgot about it. So I had 10,000 XRP just sitting for me. So when I got back into crypto for Dogecoin, this was January then, I think I bought around 2 cents, and my initial investment, I went kind of really heavily in. So I had €3,000, and I put all 3,000 euro into Dogecoin, and it's probably the best investment I've ever done.
Buddy. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then like I've just been buying away since then, and just learning. Like, I mean, I'm just so interested at the moment. Like, you know, like I do so much research into it now, and it's so enjoyable. Like, it's because it is the future, and like I try and explain it to people. Like, actually, last night was so funny. Like, we were so drunk now last night, and like every night I talk to girls about it and stuff, and it's so funny because like nobody has like a clue about it. Like, especially in Ireland, nobody gets it at all. So I'm just, you know, pissed drunk going around the place talking to everyone in these like house parties and stuff. And then especially last night, I was just talking to this girl for like ages, trying to explain Dogecoin and cryptocurrencies to her. And yeah, that's literally my night summed up. Most of the nights now, it's just me talking to people about Dogecoin and crypto, and they just don't get it at all. But that just shows how like, you know, how early stages we are in this, like. Yeah,
definitely. So Sir Doge, tell me, what are Irish girls like? What are some what are some kind of distinct traits or attributes that are, you know, general personality quirks, would you say, that would be unique to Irish girls, Irish women?
Yeah, it's tough to say. Like, they're kind of one of the two. They're either extremely good crack, like, so good fun and humorous and get it, or they're like, you know, completely up their own ass. But either or, like they're actually, like, most of them are great. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, there's no real characteristics like specific characteristics that I can think of. But
that one girl in the horse outside video is pretty hot.
yeah. But actually, they can drink as well. Like, some girls, no matter how small they are or how innocent they look, they'll, like, some of them will just drink me. Like, I'm whatever, 200 pounds, like 6'3", like, they'll wipe the floor at me sometimes, like.
Oh, really?
I dated an Irish girl one time. Never again.
And why? Why never again?
Because, you know, this was back when I was out of college, but I was still, like, in my partying phase or whatever. And man, she just, I could go out and have a good time, but her level of having a good time was leagues above mine. Like she could just drink and drink and drink and drink and drink to the next day and keep drinking. You know, like it's 5 a.m. I'm like, I want to go to bed. She's like, you got to keep going. I'm like, what are you made of? You know, like,
yeah.
The T9000 of booze.
So she was like the going well into the next day kind of partier.
Yeah, and I mean we were in our early 20s.
Yeah, well that's a good part of it though too.
Yeah, she has since she actually, I think she lives in my building now too. That's kind of weird, but she used to be very good looking, but the beer has
yeah,
has
man. You can't
caught up.
Yeah, you can't pick.
That is one. That's the characteristic, actually. Yeah, there's girls who are unbelievable in like high school and stuff, so like secondary school, and you're just like, oh my god, she's so hot, like. And then I'll see them like after I finish college, like 5 years down the line or 4 years down the line, and I was, and then you just be like, oh my god, was that her? Like, that is the characteristic. She's the hottest girl ever when she's like whatever age in Ireland anyway, especially, and then like multiple girls here. No offense to anyone if they're listening, but yeah, that's the characteristic. But most of them are like all girls here are great fun though. Like but they're all mad though. You know what I mean? they are all mad for drinking.
This girl was straight 100, and she was 100% Irish, like red hair. Her parents came here from Ireland, so she would, you know, if she she would have been born there if she wasn't. But her brother was actually really extremely fit, like super fit guy, and he still is. Like he's he was more jacked than me back then, not anymore. But yeah, she was gorgeous back in the day. And like, yeah, that booze. That booze will get you if you keep on it too long, you know. Especially beer.
Yeah, you can't literally pickle the liver for 15 years, guys, and then come out on the other end of it, still looking like you're going to be filed into the VIP line at the nightclub. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to pick one. It's like a choose your own adventure, right? Like. Yeah. You can have your season with it, or you can moderate it after a while. But I can tell you from making my living in the music scene for so many years and just watching all the decisions many people around me made, not just for like a couple years, I mean for like 10, 15 years, you know what I mean? You can't go balls to the wall, and I'm not just talking drinking, I'm talking about other substances you can't talk about on YouTube. You do that consistently for years and years and years at a time, it really starts showing up. So you got to pay the piper. You got to pay the toll. Yeah, let me get to a couple stories, guys, and love to get your thoughts on stuff. So here in the U.S. anyway, Sir Doge, we had our U.S. Congress hold a hearing on cryptocurrency. And it was amusing. It was amusing to say the least. There was this particular congressman named Brad Sherman who has called for a complete ban on cryptocurrency in the United States, saying that cryptocurrency is diminishing American power. And so he likened this analogy where because China is banning cryptocurrency, we need to keep up with China. And it's just such an interesting perspective because I think it's like the other way around. We need to, the more we go forward into a future of digital currency integration with other countries' respective currencies, I think it's becoming increasingly clear that the ones that don't adapt and get on board with that are going to be the countries with the disadvantage. And it's just interesting. He sees it as a complete opposite. And he kind of riffed on the more these Congress people talked about cryptocurrency today, the more it was clear very few of them, if any, had any idea what they're talking about. Wherein this guy that called for a full ban in the United States on crypto, Representative Sherman, at one point he said, he was trying to explain it, and he said, Ethereum is a threat to Bitcoin, and Dogecoin is a threat to Ethereum, and Catcoin is a threat to Dogecoin, and Hamster Coin is a threat to Catcoin. And to me, it's just kind of like, well, I don't know if the guy was being like hyperbolic, like lumping in like a hamster and a Catcoin in with Bitcoin and Ethereum to make a point, or if he just doesn't know the difference. I suspect it's a little of both. But my first thought, you guys, was Dogecoin doesn't pose a threat to Ethereum. Dogecoin and Ethereum are like, they're dating, and they're getting ready for a pairing, and basically a very significant transformation in the market. What do you think, Nick?
That'd be awesome if Dogecoin posed a threat to Ethereum.
I know. I was like, I kind of wish that was true.
$2 right now.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I kind of wish that was true. Right.
And of course, we all know the true winner of this is Hamster Coin. I mean, clearly.
Is there a hamster? I didn't know there was a.
There is now, baby. There is now.
Yeah, there's going to be now. Right.
Yeah, I mean, this is just, you know, I've been saying this for years. I think there should be some sort of age limit in politics. Like, you shouldn't be able to hold an office for like 100 years, because by the time you're in your 80s, you're in your 70s, go on a beach and sit down and retire. Get the hell out of there. These guys don't know what the hell they're talking about. Mm-hmm. I respect my elders. I love my grandma. But yeah, you can't be making, global monetary decisions when you don't understand technology at its core. It's unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, it does lend itself to these moments of hilarity that we occasionally get, these little pieces of gold like Hamster Coin.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, awesome. I mean, it's ultimately, it's just funny.
Yeah. What do you think, Sir Doge? Do you even have any politicians over in Ireland that have even discussed cryptocurrency?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I just can't. I can't believe that those politicians in America, though. Like, I agree with Nick there. Like, there should be a cutoff age to where, like, I mean, like, these guys, like, they don't even, like, I don't even think they can understand it. You know what I mean? And because I try and explain like crypto to older people, and I mean, I was over at my dad's house there. What was it, a couple of days ago, and I mean, like, as much as I try and explain it to him, like, he just won't get it, and he'll say, okay, you know what I mean, like, you do that, like, I believe in what you're saying, like, but I just don't think of myself. And even when I try and raise points to him, he just doesn't get it, like, so I think that's obviously the same thing goes there, where they've been brought up in a system and they believe in a system, and obviously, I mean, I think it's obviously huge corruption, but I think you have to think the other way, where they've been brought up in a system and they want to keep the system that they're, excelling at. And then, there's a huge disruption in that financial system that they're used to. So I think it is a challenge for them to get used to it. But again, I mean, that's in another way you can think of how backwards and how, early we are in crypto, is that, like, I haven't heard one thing from the Irish government on crypto, and all I've heard from Irish, even like pop culture or radio or anywhere like that, I heard this was maybe when Elon was, the first kind of surge from Elon's tweets. I remember on the radio I heard them talking about a Dogecoin and all this stuff, like these radio presenters who don't have a clue about what it is either. And I haven't heard about it since, really. maybe a couple of articles on like the Irish Times or whatever on online or Facebook or whatever, but nothing else besides that in anywhere in Ireland. Like,
Gotcha. And Mama Crypto says there is a hamster coin, and the call letters are obviously HAM. So I learned something new today. I didn't even realize there was a hamster coin. Then again, I'm not surprised there is a hamster coin, mind you. But it's interesting that particular congressman found out about hamster coin when researching crypto, out of all things. And it's so, his analogy was just, it was so absurd. It was so ridiculous. And it was really, I kind of scanned through it. I kind of scanned through those hearings today on C-SPAN, and it was difficult to watch in terms of, it was like, I was like embarrassed for a lot of these people, listening to them try to talk about it with any authority. It was, they're clearly, most of these folks were clearly out of their depth, and it's just a bit frightening that these individuals wield so much decision-making power, and the number one thing they always come back to is the volatility. Because of the high volatility of crypto, that should be the reason why we ban it or heavily restrict it. Has anyone taken a look at gold the last few years? I mean, if you want to talk about volatility, and then obviously sectors of the stock market as well. I mean, if you're going to go by that metric, you might as well start banning a lot of things, man. Additionally to crypto. So yeah, it is what it is. And then there was this other new rug pull, you guys, by a coin. Big shocker. The coin was called Whale Farm. And yesterday, it lost 99.9% of its market value within an hour. And I think whoever set up that operation skated off with about 4 mil there. But to me, you guys, it's just astounding what people, how much money is getting thrown at a lot of these projects. It's interesting to me because I took a look. I after finding out about this Whale Farm token, I took a look at it, and to me, it pretty much marked every red flag that I look out for, that kind of gives itself away that it's has a high probability of being a rug pull. And it's just amazing how, to me, that they even coasted away with, that they even found over $4 million of investment money for something like this. It's just wild to me that how blindly people will just throw money at these different projects when I guess what it speaks to is how far we have to go in terms of just educating investors. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was trying to pull it up right now on PooCoin. I think it's gone. Oh wait, no. Oh wow, jeez Louise.
What?
It's the biggest red line I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, are you looking? Are you looking at Whale Farm?
Yeah, Whale Farm. Like I said, I mean, if it did anything, it lived up to its name.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's like, you guys, it's called Whale Farm. Like what? Like they're kind of warning you in the name.
It went from $200 to $0.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is why, I don't, people who've known me or whatnot, they know that I really pick and choose the projects that I'm invested in, and I don't hold many coins at all. I've been fortunate enough to now become friends with a lot of these people who are starting these brand new BSC projects, and get some coins there. And like, if it's a token project and it's brand new, and I'm friends with the person, I'll put some money on it. And luckily, I've met a lot of these people in real life, so if anything happens, I know who I'm dealing with. But there's so many people out there gambling on these fly-by-night operations that like have been around for a couple weeks or a month or whatever. It's like, dude, and I understand it sounds so crazy coming from me because I bought Doge after it was like a couple months old. But at the time, crypto was so new, there wasn't much variety to pick from. And at the same time, you also have to get a feel for the team that is leading it. This is why I tell, tons of people, not even though they've changed their white paper, it's like, how could you back Shiba Inu? There's no data on who's controlling it. There's no information on who's backing the project, who created the project, who's in charge of anything. So unless you know who you're dealing with, you can't be putting money in projects like this. And I feel really bad for people who lost money in rug pulls like that.
Yeah. Well, you got any thoughts on this, Sir Doge?
Yeah, I was just thinking about the volatility you were saying then again there, that what those what the politicians have said. But I think that as the market matures, obviously I think these tokens will kind of come and go. You know what I mean? I think that the projects that have real use case will excel in the next few years, and I think that all of these will be the ones that do fall by the wayside. I mean, you look at, like, for example, like, ones like XRP and ones like that have real world use cases that are actually being used, and they're, the price is obviously down because of the lawsuit and stuff. But you just see that obviously the use case doesn't drive the market at the moment, which it should. You see these tokens that are, what are they? They're practically just tokens with zero use case, just something to hold, and it's auto staking, all this stuff, and which is pretty much every token now on the market is pretty much just a SafeMoon clone, like. So I just don't like. I think that this will become a fad, hopefully, and that whatever BSC or ERC20 tokens that have use cases or that are doing something good, like, I hope all the best for them. But again, I mean, you have the Shiba Inus where, like, that was literally just created because Elon was tweeting about Shiba Inus, like, and now it's just become this huge thing, and now they're saying that they want to do this SHIB swap and all these things that, okay, like, but now they've taken out the Doge killer, which is fair. But I mean, I'm not gonna say this now lightheartedly, but I haven't had one positive interaction with a SHIB holder or any of the pages. It's all of, like, because I see my followers or whatever, I see on my timeline that somebody has liked this or whatever, and it's always Doge or SHIB will flip Doge in market cap, like SHIB is this, Doge is that, and it's never like. And then even if it is that, you see people just saying, "Oh, Doge and SHIB are friends," and it's like, do you really think that, or are you just saying that because you want the association? Like, you know what I mean? Because obviously having that association with Doge is going to make your token a lot more reputable. Like, and then a lot of places say that, when people were saying that SafeMoon had a developer from the Doge developers, and now this one called Doge 2, people are spreading rumors saying that, we have Doge developers on it and stuff now, and I just don't know when this kind of stuff will end, where, like, I completely support communities and stuff if they really are on board with collaborating and being positively collaborating with Dogecoin and stuff, but a lot of these communities seem to be extremely what's the word, like, insecure about their project when you bring up Dogecoin, and they're like, what's the use case of Dogecoin? You're like, the use case of Dogecoin is literally what it's meant to say in the tin. It has the one use case. It doesn't have to be everything under the sun, which all of these tokens want to be now these days. They do everything, but Doge just being a currency. And then yeah, like it's I think that hopefully like it's extreme volatility in the market will go down as time goes on, and these like politicians and stuff will then bring see that crypto is the future, like, so that's my 2 cents.
Yeah, some really good thoughts there. Thank you for that. Prowess 007 coming through with a generous super chat of $20. Thank you so much, Prowess. Really appreciate that. She says, great chats. Keep it up, Stephen. Thank you so much, Prowess. Always great to have you here. Yeah, kind of dovetail what you were saying there, Sir Doge. I've noticed the same. Obviously, I've noticed the similar pattern out of the sheep community, and obviously I've gone in on sheep a few times on this program, as Nick has as well, and we actually researched this sheep. It was 1 or 2 days before basically it got tanked by Vitalik Buterin, and we called it here on the show. We were looking into it. Everyone kept asking us about it, and that's kind of why I ended up looking into it. And the more I looked into it, I was like, wait a minute. They're saying that 50% of their tokens were burned, but they weren't burned. They were just reallocated to Buterin's wallet, and Buterin didn't ask to be involved in the project. They were just gifting him 50% of their tokens, of their quadrillion tokens. And obviously they do this to increase a perceived market value, right? It's one of these things where, well, Vitalik Buterin didn't ask to be involved with this project. You're just basically using his wallet as to try to kind of maybe fool people into thinking that he's involved with the project, and that this is, and what they call it, I think they call it like a storage burn, a secure storage burn. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So you're either storing these things or you're burning them. Like, pick one, you don't. And so they're just kind of made it up as. So that was my first foray into sheep, and then from there, obviously, there's the branding, which they recently dropped on their website anyway, as the Dogecoin killer, and then obviously taking the mascot of Doge, all these things. Yeah, it's just kind of like, what do you expect? Somebody with my integrity and the kind of show that I do, what do you think I'm going to think of a project like this? You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to think of a project like this? That being said, I have nothing against people making their money. Money's money. I know people that have made money on sheep. Most of them have already sold or whatever. I get it. But I'm just saying, from a standpoint as a content creator, I have a different responsibility than just like people that are just trying to flip and make some extra money. You know what I mean? So as a content creator, I have a kind of a different responsibility. So, and that's why my perspective is the way it is, you guys. And so again, I just want to be clear. It's nothing against people that have invested in sheep to make a few extra bucks. Like my quip, my beef is not with you. But I will say the overall tenor of that community is pretty vicious, to the point where they have repeatedly attacked Billy Marcus for no reason. And then it got to the point where Billy Marcus retweeted one of the attacks from the sheep community, and Elon Musk weighed in and laughed at it because he thought it was so absurd. He just thought this community was acting so absurdly that even Elon Musk was laughing. So I mean, what does that tell you, folks? What does that tell you? The bottom line, in my opinion, the bottom line with investing in tokens is this: you either trust and believe the people that are behind the project or not. So obviously don't invest more than you can lose, guys, and don't let BSC tokens eat up too much of your portfolio. I'm not a purist. I don't say not invest in BSCs. I invest in BSCs, and I've made money on BSCs, but you need to do it responsibly, where it's not eating up a large part of your portfolio. And so, have fun with it, but like I always say, if it stops being fun and you're getting really stressed out by your BSC investments, that means you've invested too much. It means you're investing too much. So that's my overall advice that my philosophy on that stuff anyway. So, and another thing to kind of dovetail off you again, sir, because you touched on it in your comments, where there was another token that is quite popular, where they keep saying that one of their developers is basically has a history of being a Doge developer. And it's actually not that he was a Doge developer, because he's not. And he hasn't worked on, the blockchain or anything like that. And not any core stuff. He has loosely, from what I understand, worked on the Doge 1 project, which none of the core Doge devs are having anything to do with, and that's farmed out by a whole separate company. And it's obviously and it's very vague on what his involvement is with it that they're claiming. But then you also get the CEO of that company start throwing words and keep reminding people of this association between Doge 1 and one of his head developers. But then he also keeps using words like ludicrous, along the same timelines as when Elon uses the word ludicrous to promote the new Tesla car. So
he knows a guy that met a guy that was in a room once with Elon Musk. So obviously.
Well, I guess my point overall here, guys, is that there's a very deliberate strategy to kind of conflate Elon, Doge, and this other coin through their use of words, through the use of associations, which brings me to another point that another story I want to go into here, which is that the other day, Ethereum made history, crypto history, by surpassing Bitcoin in a key milestone for the first time. So basically what happened is, for the first time in history, Bitcoin was overtaken in key transactions and trading metrics to Ethereum. So Ethereum surpassed Bitcoin for the number of daily active addresses. And so what happened was, the SafeMoon community started claiming credit for this and said, "We did it. We made this happen. We made history. We broke this record," because they just released a bridge, or a bridge on the Ethereum blockchain, which basically means they just created a new token on the Ethereum blockchain.
They're an ERC20, and they're like, "We changed Ethereum's landscape."
Right. It's like, we changed the game. And it's like, well, firstly, no. But secondly, this record was already broken before that even went to market.
So, by the way, Ethereum has been killing it recently. Yesterday, Ethereum has been absolutely killing it and doing better, recovering than Bitcoin, like percentage-wise. And I think that's huge positive milestone for the community, everyone who's involved in Ethereum. But just knowing that, Vitalik is so pro Doge, and there's a lot of stuff going on with Ethereum and Doge that we should all look forward to. And I think that's great that the Ethereum community, they have a huge win to celebrate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Big time. This is super encouraging. I keep circling back to this, guys, because I think that the what's going on right now, the pairing between Doge and Ethereum has the potential to be the biggest game changer in the whole market. And I think Vitalik Buterin knows it. I think a few of the Dogecoin devs know it. I think the Ethereum development team knows it as well. I suspect that Elon knows it as well. So this is super exciting stuff, and it's just kind of another big example on motivation for patience, right? Because we know now through a couple of the core Doge devs, Mishi and Ross, that the pairing is actually already complete, but now they're just another group right now, and I'm not sure who that other group is. I assume it's the Ethereum team. They're like fine-tuning it all right now, so I don't know how much longer between the development of this thing, which seems to be at the pairing, the initial pairing seems to be almost complete now, but I don't know how long that's going to take to bring to market. But if this
probably I would expect it to be rolled out on next wallet update when they decrease the next wallet update. By the way, guys, if for everybody who's in the chat, next wallet update will include the decreased fees, which is huge. I mean, it fractionally it seems like a small thing, but decreasing the fees is like one of the major key steps that Elon put out there that he wants to see. It also makes it so much more transactable. Now, the fees are already low, but what really needs to happen is a fee decrease within the exchanges, because the exchanges are the ones, like Binance is charging like 50 Doge or something per, transaction or whatever it is. Like Coinbase probably even more. So hopefully once the fee decrease is implemented on the next wallet update, we'll see some of the exchanges follow suit to gain more transaction possibilities, to up their transaction amounts. I think that would be a huge step.
Yeah, agreed. And then we just also saw another update recently where it even lowered the transaction fees even more for Doge.
Yeah, that's going to be huge. I think the next wallet update will be huge. I've been meaning to bring this up for like 3 shows now. I keep forgetting to talk about this, but I don't know who in the chat and if anybody in here keeps their coins on cold storage, like in a Dogecoin Core offline wallet. I use an offline wallet, and I update. I update daily, but I run backups. So I'll back the wallet up to a solid state hard drive periodically, like once every 2 or 3 months. And I don't know. Does anybody else get nervous doing that?
Yeah, it's always a nerve-wracking process.
It's so nerve-wracking. I know I have multiple copies, so I shouldn't be nervous doing it, but I feel like Neo in the Matrix, like making the final decision or something. I just feel I just get so nervous when I'm doing that stuff. It's just funny. But yeah, I try and back my wallets up, periodically.
Yeah. Well, obviously that's a good idea. Richard asks, what are your all's opinion on when Doge will start rising again? What do you say, Sir Doge of the coin?
Yeah. Again, obviously those count on Bitcoin, as much as we don't want to accept that. When we were in that bull run and Bitcoin was, when it was way up in the peaks there, it wasn't really doing much, but it was just holding, itself, and that's when everything was just popping off. But now at the moment, there's fear in the market. Bitcoin's, trading sideways, and I think until Bitcoin kind of comes out of here a little bit, I think that we're going to be doing the same thing. But again, there could be news like whatever if any Ethereum stuff comes out, or Elon again. If Elon comes out with something big, again, anything can happen. But I think again, you have to just keep thinking in your mind, what's the one cryptocurrency that Elon Musk is backing besides Bitcoin? It's Dogecoin, and he wouldn't be doing this for no reason. There's no reason to be impatient or when it's going to rise again, because it's a long-term game. I think that Dogecoin, out of every cryptocurrency, out of all of them, I think that it's the one to be holding and just not to ever be nervous holding it. I'll never sell my Doge ever. Even if stuff goes into bear market territory, blah blah blah, I have Ethereum XRP, I can make money off them. But like with my Dogecoin, like it has so many catalysts at the moment that even if something negative happens, like, you know, in the cryptocurrency space, that like something could come out on Doge tomorrow and it could completely just explode. Like, so yeah, I think just whenever Bitcoin kind of breaks out of that sideways consolidation, I think that's when we'll see a huge upturn for Dogecoin, I'd say.
Yeah, really well stated there. Really well stated. Anthony Grant coming in with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Anthony. Mr. Steele and Nick, been trying to stay away from all the craziness of the markets. Whatever happens, happens. How the hell are you guys? Good to see you, Anthony. You know, under circumstances, not too shabby, sir. Thanks for asking. And, you know, essentially that's a pretty healthy attitude to have, Anthony, where, you know, when you look at the overall trajectory of cryptocurrency over the last 3 or 4 years, you know, it's not for the faint of heart. I mean, even when Doge has gotten down to from 45 cents down to 15, 16 cents, while we were on the air one time with Nick, Nick wasn't nervous at all, you know, because it's easy to really kind of get caught up and give you anxiety if you're when you follow Doge on the day-to-day basis, like many of us do. But it's also important to keep in mind that the day-to-day basis isn't reflective of the overall trajectory until you zoom out, right? So, yeah, as the old saying goes. So, at the end of the day, it's you either feel that this is a really great long-term investment or you don't. I definitely do, obviously. My guests obviously do as well. I mean, when you think of it this way, where do you see the market value? Do you think the market value of Doge, Bitcoin, and Ethereum will be significantly more in 3 years than it is today? I do. I think Sir Doge does. I know Nick does. So you're either one of those people that strongly feels that in a year, 2 years, in 3 years, that these currencies are going to be significantly higher than where they're at now. And the good news is we have a history to show that that's been the trajectory thus far. So the probability is on our side of the perspective. And as Sir Doge said too, you know, this is Elon's relationship with Dogecoin is far beyond, you know, just 1 or 2 jokes. This has been a very ongoing thing that he's been championing for a pretty consistent period of time, to the point where it's affected what kind of pet that he's getting for his family. So I think that for anyone who's underestimating Elon at this stage, given his track record and accomplishments, yeah, I think you're doing so at your own peril. What do you say, Nick?
Yeah, I mean, I've, you know, been pretty open and honest with, you know, how. Well, first off, people know that I've been in the project for over 7 years now, so there's absolutely no point in me giving up now. You know, when Doge first hit 8 cents, you know, I sold some at the time because it had never been that high before, and you know, I messed around with some day trading, and that ended up being a mistake. And, you know, since then, I've just been chilling, and there's absolutely no reason for me now to, you know, not believe in the future and not be hopeful for what's to come. You know, I've reconnected with so many of, like, the people that I was, you know, friends with back then, 7 years ago. I mean, like, we've got Billy back on Twitter. Yeah. After like a huge hiatus. Yeah, I mean, I'm extremely hopeful and positive for the project going forward. And you know, that's another thing too. It's like with a lot of other coins, a lot of other projects, a lot of other tokens, it's just like there's like, when's the last like fun thing you heard about Cardano or 88? Like, what's the last like is Charles Hoskinson making like memes? You know, like is he being funny and like I just have a good time. Like every day I wake up and I just have a good time. So like I'm just gonna keep having a good time.
Right.
So as long as that keeps going, like I'm cool. I've got my bag, and it's not to say I do have I've been honest about this before. I do have 1 million coins sitting on my day trading account, just waiting for like whenever the big whatever happens, but that's a fraction of my portfolio. And I'm pretty honest with people. I think people should, if you make a profit and you've got your bills to pay, or you got whatever you do, like you should be able to reap some rewards. Or if you have if you're a smaller level investor and you're just waiting for Doge to become more accepted, so that you can actually spend it in certain places, which by the way you can, there's tons of places that you can use Doge right now. But if you're waiting for that to happen, I don't think we're that far away from that. I think that time is it's fairly soon.
Yeah, agreed. Let me see a couple comments I wanted to get to here in the chat. Dr. Crypto, welcome, Dr. Crypto. Good to see you, my friend. Says, I canceled my radio subscription. Don't need it when we have the nightly Steele show. Much more entertaining. Thank you, my friend. And what can I say? I agree. Trucking All Day coming through with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Trucking All Day. Appreciate you, man. Great job, guys. What are some clever ideas for license plates changes I can use to help spread the Dogecoin across town? Well, you're limited. I think you're limited in the United States and most states. Is it still that way, Nick, where you're limited to 6 characters?
I thought it was. Is it 6?
I mean, that's the traditional license plate in the United States is 6 characters. So,
I think you're 5 to 7. There's some states have 8.
Okay.
For vanity plates.
Okay.
But myself, I'm in an interesting predicament because as most people in the chat know, I'm building my, McLaren 570S, and I've been thinking about different license plates that I can incorporate Doge into. So
yeah,
I've thought about M Doge because that's the designator in the Dogecoin core wallet, so you can flip over from regular like interval to M Doge, which mine shows multiple M Doges. So I thought M Doge would be pretty cool. But yeah, there's a whole mess of different like Doge or crypto different license plates, I'm sure. Problem with freaking Illinois is the DMV is still like backed up from Corona, so you can't get vanity plates like still. Right. So whenever that's not a thing, I'll definitely be getting a Doge license plate for my McLaren.
Yeah, so to answer your question, Trucking All Day, it kind of depends on what state you're in, because you can either be limited to 6 characters on your license plate or have up to 8, depending on the laws in your respective state. But obviously, if you can get up to 8 on a vanity plate, you could just straight up get Dogecoin. I think there's a fair probability that it might still be available. If not, you could go with like to still get just like, let's say you have 6 characters, you could go with Doge CN. I think that could be good. Yeah. So I guess those are our suggestions, and let me know. Keep me posted on what you decide. Buy Doge would be good too. That would be that'd be 7. Yeah, it'd be 7 characters. So buy Doge would be fantastic. But definitely keep us posted on what move you decide to go with on that. I'd be curious to see what you ended up with, my friend. Guys, Greg, our friend Greg, the unofficial CEO of Doge, has just been exploding with popularity. He is up to about 106,000 followers on Twitter. He started his own coffee line. Have either of you guys tried Greg Coffee?
Not yet, but I definitely plan on trying it. I'm a massive coffee head. Like I never, I don't think I've gone the last 5 or 6 years without my cup of coffee every morning.
Right on. So there you go. And the blend is called the CEO.
Yeah.
And it's a Brazilian blend that describes itself as a well-rounded with chocolate notes and nuttiness. This coffee pairs well with cookie sandwiches, and is loved by everyone. Yeah,
I'm
cookie
sure
yeah.
I couldn't say the actual word.
Yeah. So it is pairs well with cookie sandwiches and is loved by everyone, just like Greg 16676935420. And it comes with a Greg sticker of Greg art and a couple different flavors as well. I just thought that was a pretty savvy move actually on his part. I mean, how do you wheel the Twitter account like that? Well, you can come out with a coffee. You can come out with your own brand of coffee. So, I suggested Greg was really excited about getting unblocked from Mia Khalifa, and really, 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 really excited about that. And I suggested to him, he did one of these how it started and how it's going, and it's a screenshot of Mia blocking him, and then the how it's going is Mia follows, not only unblocks him, but now follows Greg. And my suggestion under that post was, now block her. To me, even if he did it temporarily and screenshotted it, I think that would have been like a hilarious boss move. What do you say, sir?
Yeah, that was hilarious. I saw that tweet, and I actually laughed at that. That was so funny. that would be just peak though. That would be full circle then, like.
Yeah, that would be peak, and not that he would even have to leave it on permanently or anything, but man,
yeah,
that would, I don't know. But Greg's a little, I think it's kind of within character too, that he's a bit of a simp, so it's kind of, I almost feel like he kind of has to stay in character. But then again, Greg is now achieving Playboy status, right? Where the women are just throwing themselves at Greg. So, Greg, you don't have to simp anymore. Simp no longer, my friend. You are the new king. What do you say? Any advice there for Greg, Nick?
I've actually been chatting with Greg.
Yeah.
In the DMs.
Okay.
As it were.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to help. I want to get Greg a good girl. He was actually, what's her name? Kale. You guys know Kale?
I know of her.
Okay, she lives by me actually.
Okay.
Yeah, she lives right by me.
Oh, she's okay. Yep.
And she's pretty cute. I like Kale.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a single man, but if I were, she is in my area. But she put something up about Greg the other day. It was like she tried to do like the fake tattoo thing and put his little number tagline on there. On her, tried to make like a fake tattoo. I was like, bro, get the digits. This is where you shoot your shot.
Right.
And he's like, I have the digits already. They're in my name. I'm like, no, her phone number, bro. Her phone number. But yeah, I'm trying to help Greg along. I would like to say, it's official. I just now ordered a bag of the CEO coffee.
Oh,
just
great!
Right now. Yeah.
Nice. And then you get the sticker. Which flavor did you order?
I got it's just the CEO blend. I don't know.
Okay, CEO blend. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is. I will say that it is very expensive coffee.
It is expensive coffee.
It's very expensive. So 12 ounces is like $22. But hey, that's what being a multi-dogillionaire is all about, baby.
For $22 for 12 ounces, I wonder if it's almost like I wonder if it's like more marketed at those price points to be like more of a novelty gift.
I think it's high-end coffee. I've talked to the creators of it before. They're like premium roaster whatever guys. So yeah, I mean, I think I'm hopeful. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest coffee drinker, but I do indulge from time to time, and I usually take my coffee black. I know many English folks have a long, steep tradition of pouring milk in their coffee, which I personally find absolutely disgusting, even though I'm an Englishman. What do you say, Sir Doge? I know you're a coffee drinker. How do you take it?
Yeah, black, completely black.
Yeah,
That's the way to go. I put stevia in mine, but I drink it black.
Right. I like my coffee like I like my women, strong and bitter. The idea of loading up my coffee with a bunch of cream and milk, I just find it absolutely disgusting.
Dude, it's crazy. My mom drinks. This is the craziest thing. My mom drinks her coffee like 50% like cream, and she puts sugar in it, and it's sweetened cream already. It's like the fake stuff. You know what I mean? So then she puts sugar in it, and she eats nothing but candy and sugar all day long. And she doesn't work out. She's super thin, and she should have diabetes. And like, I do not understand. My genetics are insane. Like, I don't know how my family lives. Like, could never drink coffee like that.
I think that's the power of. I think that's testament to the power of genetic predisposition at that point.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom should be missing a toe right now, and she's totally fine.
Yeah. Someone asks, "You're English, Stephen?" I had no clue. Yes, I'm half English and half Dutch. My mother is entirely Dutch, and my father's entirely English. So, just two things. And Sir Doge, are you Irish through and through?
Yep. Irish through and through, yeah.
Nice. And Nick's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. I'm Hungarian, Lebanese, and black. And I just found out about that last part a year ago.
Wow. Did you? Yeah. How did you find that out?
This is hilarious. Okay, so my girlfriend, we've been dating it'll be 3 years in October. And for years, she's been like, I'm Italian. I'm a bad bitch. I'm Italian. And she had like the Italian flag in her car, and she would go around telling people she's Sicilian. I'm like, all right, we're going to find out. So last winter for Christmas, I got us the 23andMe.
Oh, here we go. Yep.
And so just a little backstory. I didn't know my biological father growing up. He lived in Florida. He's since passed away. I didn't know his family. My mom, after I was born, they just separated. So I didn't know that side. So I had no idea what my real, I knew I was Lebanese and I knew I was Hungarian, but that's about it. And so I got this 23andMe for us for Christmas, and I'm like, watch. I just made a joke. I was like, if it comes back that I'm black and you're not Italian, you're gonna have to take that freaking flag out of your car. It came back. She no joke, she was 1% Italian. And I was over 15% black. I was like, oh, it was so crazy. I was like learning, I learned a lot that day.
Yeah. So how black are you, Nick?
I'm like 15.6% African American.
Wow. And you had no idea?
Had no clue.
Wow.
And here's how I know how. Kind of. I have a theory. Well, my dad was I was born in Tallahassee, Florida, and it's like the deep South. My dad's family owned plantations like hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
So
I see where this is going.
Yeah, that's how I'm black.
Got a little frisky with the. Yep. Got it.
Now I'm here.
Yep. Okay.
In the future, buying Dogecoin.
Yep. Buying up that dog money.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you guys, Joe's is trading sideways. Just kind of how Nick and I have been saying it was going to go for the last few weeks. I think it's going to. We might see a slight increase through the weekend here, maybe 26 cents, somewhere around there. What do you say, Nick? I know, and then I want to get Sir Doge's thoughts too. Excuse me, as well. But there are a lot of voices right now predicting a huge bull run in the very near future. Are you still that optimistic on that, Nick?
Well, I mean, obviously, you guys know I do a lot of TA. That's pretty much all I do right now is my job. Is pretty much TA like every day. And, a lot of people point to the Wyckoff model that seems to be playing out. The next phase of the Wyckoff model is the strong move to the upside.
Yeah.
And, it looks like it's going to play out. I mean, really everything is hinging on Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin, get your shit together. Like, Bitcoin has been doing okay. It's made some recovery, but it seems to just get bounced back down. If we can see Bitcoin, get over 35, 36 into the, getting close to 40, I think we're in the clear, and I do see there being a huge move to the upside now. If that happens within the next month or 2 months, some people say it'll happen closer to fall. I'm kind of patiently waiting right now. I don't really have any plans to move any crypto around at the moment. If I absolutely need to, I'll take some out of BNB, but I'm kind of just holding off. I've lost about 50% on my BNB so far. A little less than that, but I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. And until then, I'm just holding tight. And I think everybody should do the same. But be prepared because we've seen Doge on a pretty standard trajectory over the past year, and I don't see it breaking that mold too recently. So I would expect there to be some sort of move to the upside in Doge within July.
Yeah. Okay. What do you say? Sir Doge?
Yeah, I'm the same as well. I've been trying to teach myself a bit of kind of read the charts as well.
Yep.
And I think that Nick is spot on with the Wyckoff. Like it looks, if you look at any of the Wyckoff distribution models, like it's literally looks the exact same. So I've been watching a guy called Coins Kid on YouTube, and he's unbelievable. He called that ABC correction, that huge dump, that huge crash. Because I was holding my XRP, and he does he does it for XRP, Cardano, all those other alts. So he doesn't usually do them for Doge. So I usually just watch him for the XRP ones, and I was my XRP, what was it, €140, so it was probably around $2 when it was, and I was not a chance it's going to go back down to, he was calling 50, 60 cents, and I was no way is it going to go down there, no way is it going to go down there. And then what happened, that huge crash, and it went down to the exact number he was calling, and I was wow, this guy is the real deal. And he actually made he made a video there today about Dogecoin. So if anyone's listening that wants to watch, it's a really good technical analyst. Do kind of a prediction on Doge in the next few months. His name's Coins Kid. He's very popular, like probably like 180,000 subscribers or something. But he's actually like, it's extremely bullish what he's predicting for Doge, and he wouldn't be an advocate for Dogecoin either. He'd just be doing it for, he wouldn't be biased or non-biased at all either. So I think that it's really, really bullish. He was saying about he like his model is saying like it could go up to $2 almost in the next couple of months if things go to plan.
Boys, I'm saying this now. If it goes to 2, I am scrapping the 570 and I am getting the 720. McLaren. So
you need to get a Tesla.
Yeah, I can't get a Tesla, unfortunately.
Well,
I live in a condo. I don't have a charge. I can't get a charger.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, get a Tesla. I can't. I literally, I would have nowhere to charge it.
Yeah.
Benny Henny, going with the $10 super chat. Thank you for that, Benny. He says, Papa Upshot launched his coin, Upcoin. Getting any? Also, when is your coin coming? I think Steele token would be a dope name. Oh man, I don't have any Upcoin because I use an iPhone, and since then, recently, the terms of service have changed in the Apple App Store, where it prohibits the use of PancakeSwap within Trust Wallet. So now there's like a new workaround where you have to do it through a browser on your computer. And even at that, I still haven't been able to get it activated in order to do exchanges through it. Every time I do exchanges, I get like an error message. So if anybody knows how to like problem solve that, I was Googling around. I haven't been able to find any solutions yet. So if anyone could help me with that, that would be awesome. But aside from that, my finances, even at that, my finances really aren't in a place for me to be purchasing any new projects. Maybe I could switch things around in my portfolio with some exchanging. I could do something like that to get some Upcoin, but I'm just not in a place to be purchasing any new tokens. But I think Steele token. This is something that surprises me. A lot of people have been asking me if I would something me coming out with my own coin or token is something that I would consider. It is something I have recently considered, but I'm very trepidatious about doing it because I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying that I won't ever do it, but I'll tell you what. I'll tell you this: if it's something that I ever do, it would be I would meticulously make sure that whoever I'd be working with on it and the rollout and everything would be as ethical as possible. I would just make sure that everything was done as ethical as possible. And then that's what's most important to me. And secondly, I would encourage people just to be lighthearted about it and not sink tons of money into it and just have fun with it. And I would just be as transparent and as ethical as you could be on a project like that, if I were to embark on such a project. That much I can tell you. But at this time, I'm not really compelled to take serious action on it at this time, anyway. But yeah, from what I understand, I think Upcoin's doing decently. I know some people have shared some colorful opinions about it. I think it's just because we're in a window right now. We're kind of in a bubble where we're just seeing tons of BSC projects pop up. And I think some people are getting a little overwhelmed and a little bit skeptical. And these are understandable reactions. But at the end of the day, I contend and I stick to my core philosophy on this stuff, which is, look, with these projects, you either believe and trust the people that are behind them or you don't. And if you can't find out who's behind them, well, that's part of your answer right there, right? And someone else I saw asked earlier in the chat what I think about Rise token. I don't have many thoughts on Rise token. I haven't gotten into it on the details of the project, but I did manage to browse their website really quickly today. And what I can tell you is this. Looks like it involves 3 or 4 members, really active members in the Doge community, including Beef Supreme. And on the website anyway, all the guys are doxxed, and they have their full names up there and everything, and their pictures. And
what's Beef Supreme's real name?
It's like, well, I guess it's okay to say it on here, you know what I mean, since it's on the website, but there. I forget what the last name is, but I think it was Vincent. I think it was Vincent was the first name. Correct me if I'm wrong, Beef. But what I can say is that's unusual in a good way. It's unusual to see like a full team with their real pictures, their real full names, and where you can get a hold of these people, like as far as social media goes. That's very uncommon. So I think that bodes well for them. As far as anything else on the details, and whether I'm endorsing or not, I'm not. I'm just, that's not how I do things on this show when I talk about other tokens and stuff like that. I try to, first of all, I tried to make sure if I'm bringing anyone on about anything that it's a legit project, and on the occasion that I do that. Secondly, when I do bring them on, I just try to ask the tough questions that I would ask if I was a serious investor, right? I kind of treat it more as almost like a consumer advocate. Come at it from a consumer advocate. Advocacy kind of perspective, but I don't tell people that that there's a high probability they're going to make a lot of money on BSCs or not. I don't know. You might not. People often ask me, "What do you think about Ascoin?" I don't know. As far as like if you'll make a lot of money on it or not, I know people have. I know you might not too. I mean, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to be one of these, lack of a better term, influencers. It's going to blow smoke up your ass and tell you that, yeah, this thing's going to do this, to do that. I don't know. What I do know is I like Liv a lot as a person. I think she's awesome. We've become close friends. I like her vibe. I know she works her ass off, no pun intended. She really hustles her ass off. She's very passionate about what she does. And
she's fun at the bar.
And she's very honest, you know? So, you know, where people make their decisions from that point is entirely up to you. I don't care. Let me be clear about something. I don't care if you buy Ass token or not. I don't care if you buy any of these other tokens or not that I sometimes talk about, or I don't care. Like I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not saying I don't know. I'm just trying to like mix it up and have fun with people that I think are interesting within this space, and just doing it in the most transparent, unbiased way I can think of to do, if that makes sense, guys. So, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So, guys, you're listening to your man, Real Deal, Steven Steele. We're coming to you live. Steven Steele Live. We've been going for a bit now. My special guests have been Dogecoin millionaire Nick Ballz, and for the first time on the show, Ireland's own Sir Doge of the coin. So, Sir Doge of the coin, what do you think? Are you predominantly a holder in Doge? What else are you bullish about?
Yeah, so I'm bullish about a lot, but again, like it's tough getting the finances, being just a recent college graduate and stuff. So I have my I have kind of a tiny knit portfolio. It's pretty much it's like I think it's 70% Doge, and then I have about 10,000 XRP and then 2 Ethereum. But yeah, like that's fine. Like I have the XRP just because, you know, like I think it has the use case and on-demand liquidity, and that's, I mean, if everything does go, you know, it's almost a hedge against if the governments put bans on crypto and they want to use the CBDCs and stuff, because I think that's going to be the bridge between them. But again, I think that XRP, it's had its like, you know, you see a lot of the altcoins that have gotten to their, you know, like smashed their previous all-time highs, and XRP still hasn't even got to its previous all-time high in the last bull run. So I had that from ages ago as well, so that's almost just free money, so I'm holding that as well. And then like I bought Ethereum there with some money that I had as well, and then Doge as well. Like, but I'm not like putting more money into my other ones. I'm just trying to accumulate as much Doge as possible. So like I'm putting the money that I'm getting from, like, you know, if I have any spare, if I don't get an extra pint, or if I don't get a coffee like in the morning, or if I don't get a protein bar, or if I don't get whatever, I'll sometimes skip them just and then buy, you know, 5, 10, 20, 50 Dogecoin if I can. But yeah, I think that, like, Dogecoin is the one that I'm just so extremely bullish about. Like,
You're right. Someone in the chat is asking you, Sir Doge, how do you feel about the Scottish?
The Scottish, I haven't had much experience with the Scottish, but yeah, if you support Dogecoin, I love you. Like, you know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah.
If you do only good every day, if the Scottish do only good every day, they must be good. Like. Right.
Is Ireland a big? Is it a big? I mean, we call it soccer here. You know, overseas y'all call it football. But is it a big?
Yeah.
Is it a big soccer country, or not so much?
Yeah, it's big, but there's sports called GAA, so it's like Gaelic football and hurling. So it's I don't know if you've ever heard about it, but it's pretty much Gaelic football is just soccer, but you can use your hands, and you kind of get to kick the shit out of people as well. So and then there's one called hurling, which is you use pretty much a stick, so it's almost like a hockey stick, a modified hockey stick. And you have headgear. And the ball is about the size of a tennis ball, but it's like rock hard. It's kind of in between like a tennis ball and a hockey ball, in the kind of firmness. And then the goals are like a soccer goal, but there's like 2 posts going up from both sides as well, so you can kick the ball over. So that's like 1 point, and then if you get the ball in the goals, it's 3 points. So like, there's a lot of really good players. So like, say when you're younger and you're really good at soccer, but if you're really good at Gaelic football as well, that'll kind of take over your life. So the development of soccer and stuff is pretty bad over here, but still we've got good players and stuff. But again, like I played at a pretty high level for most of my life, playing soccer and stuff. But yeah, it's just it's a tough place to make a name for yourself, or to make anything out of yourself with soccer. But you know, England would be the main, like, so if anyone was really good at soccer in Ireland, they would never really play in the professional league in Ireland, just because there's no money in it. So anyone who's any good in soccer from Ireland would be going to England or Scotland or somewhere like that.
Gaelic football is kind of like a mixture of soccer and rugby.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You should watch YouTube videos of it. It's like, whenever I show like people from the US, it blows their mind, like hurling or Gaelic football.
Wow. So have you ever played any Gaelic football, Sir Doge?
Yeah, I used to play Gaelic football. Yeah, I still play on and off, like if they ask me to play. But yeah, I used to be big enough into it when I was younger.
Okay. Yeah.
Sir Doge is a real football dude, like for real.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to YouTube videos of it, but it sounds pretty rough and tumble, man. It sounds.
Yeah, it's very rough. But do you guys follow the NBA or anything?
Sure.
Not anymore.
Yeah. The Suns just beat the Clippers there, and like.
Yeah,
they're going to the finals. That's crazy, like.
Go ahead.
I used to watch the NBA like back in the 90s. You know, I live in Chicago, so the Bulls were so huge back then. I just feel like football, I feel like the NBA hasn't been the same since
the heydays of Scottie Pippen.
Yeah. Robin.
Yeah,
and LeBron is falling off a cliff as well at the moment. So
yeah,
it's just not as fun anymore. Like, LeBron's not getting to the finals anymore. He had a bad playoffs there, so it's not even like. This playoffs is just boring. Like, it's good because there's teams who haven't won in years, and there's a couple of teams that haven't won it all. So it's good in that way, but it's not as entertaining when the best players in the world aren't playing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, agreed. A couple super chats here. Reptile coming in with $20. Thank you, Reptile. Appreciate that. Since Batman v Deadpool asked for a fact, here's a fact. Peanuts aren't technically nuts; they're legumes. That's actually one of the only facts that you have spouted, Reptile, that I actually knew. I've actually knew ahead of time. But yeah, that is a fun fact. That is an interesting one. And one of the few that you've shared here that I've actually known. So I'm starting to feel a little bit smart. Robbie Gilchrist coming in again with 69 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much for coming in big again. Robbie Gilchrist, the Steele Live Dolphin, Doge After Dark Dolphin. Thank you, my friend. Really, really appreciate your continued generous support, man. Thank you so much. Coming in big. Thank you for that. So where were we? Oh yeah, we were talking about Gaelic football. Could not to belabor the point, but I'm still a little confused. What would you say the main differences between Gaelic football and rugby are?
Yeah, so like rugby, you're kind of linear in the lines and you have to pass sideways and stuff. But like Gaelic football is pretty much the exact same as soccer. But so there's like 15 players per team, and the pitch is a lot bigger than a soccer pitch. Okay. But the principle is the same. Like, so you have to, when you're passing the ball, you have to hand pass it. It's just like you pop the ball off your hand, so you're pretty much like punching the ball off one hand into the other person's like chest, or kicking the ball. But so like every 3 steps you have to kick the ball from your foot like back into your hands, or you have to like dribble it off the ground, or you get like a foul. So like that's why like it'd be too easy if you could just run with the ball in your hand. So you have to like every step to kind of give you a bit of a handicap for somebody chasing you. You have to kick it up like a solo, or like hop the ball off the ground, like pretty much dribbling it once. But yeah, it's a really interesting sport. Like, but hurling's almost crazier. Like, but I never played hurling. But I mean, you should see some of the hits in that. Yeah, like you have to wear a head guard and hurling and all as well, because like if the ball hit you in the head, it probably could almost break your skull. Like, and the you can see like the sticks they use as well. Like,
oh dang, they're like clubs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm watching a guy.
It's brutal.
I'm watching a guy get literally bashed in the face with what looks to be a giant club. What is this sport? This is freaking crazy.
Wow.
This one guy looks like he literally looks like Where's Waldo. He's wearing a red and white striped shirt, and he is bashing this man's face in with a massive club. This is awesome. I'm gonna watch this all day tomorrow. This is amazing.
Wow. Yeah. Now my curiosity is piqued too. So
it's like, okay, so in America it's like field hockey. It's a similar thing, except instead of like a net, it's like I think it's wooden. I don't know. It looks like
it's wooden. It's wooden, and there's like 2 bits of metal on the top.
Oh my god. They would never allow this in America.
No. They wouldn't allow it in any other country. It's crazy. Like.
Yeah. This is insanity.
So it's a uniquely brutal sport, right?
Yeah, but like it's unbelievably skillful as well. Like though, like I mean, you see the stuff like you see some of the hits people do. Like I mean, from the halfway line, I mean, just keep, like hitting this over the goal like so accurately and all. Like, but it is a rough sport. Like
a lot of the hits that I'm seeing are like unintentional. You're just trying to hit this thing, but I mean, even if you're unintentionally bashing somebody in the face with that club, man, it's that that's got to be crazy. I don't know. I'm sure there's people who've died playing this. There's no way.
I don't think there's anyone died, but I mean like broken bones.
Oh yeah.
Broken bones definitely. Like it's.
What about?
There definitely would have been people that would have died if there was no headgear, though. But I think.
For sure. Yeah.
Is this one of these sports where people lose a lot of teeth?
Yeah, it would be. No, I'd say football more so because like with the headgear in hurling, you have like your face protection completely, so you don't really get hits in the teeth too much. But with Gaelic football, definitely like when you go up under a high ball, like you get an elbow into the face, anything like you have to wear gum shields, but half the time people don't anyway. And then even if you do, like if you get a big hit in the mouth with an elbow or with the fist or anything, you break teeth easily.
I think that's part of a lot of the reason like people like football isn't as American football is big over here, but soccer in America isn't as big. I feel like American soccer players like flop a lot. Like they'll get hit and then they'll just go down. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. I don't know why I don't know why that became a thing. I don't know enough about football to know like what the backstory is on that, but
it's just the thing all the time now. Like just to win a foul. Like I mean, it's a lot of the time as well. Like you can't even fault them because the referees are bad as well. So you have to kind of, if you get a hit in the leg and they trip you over, you have to kind of make the most of it because like kind of act as if they killed you almost, because if the referee didn't see it, you have to make sure that he knows that you did get fouled. Like, but on the other hand as well, like a lot of people do take advantage of not even getting hit and then going over. But now recently, like they have this thing called VAR, so it's like they go back on the cameras and just look, did they get contact on you, or
see, that's why my family's a big hockey family. Like everybody in my family watches hockey, where fighting is encouraged. So
yeah,
we appreciate a good fight every now and again.
So do they play any hockey in Ireland at all on like ice rinks?
No ice rinks, but like field hockey is pretty big over here. But like it's actually more so for women, I think. For girls, I think more so. But yeah, like
if you're
sports,
a man, you do hurling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like we have a lot of really good athletes. Like on paper, like there's a lot of really athletic like people here. Like, but I think that Gaelic football and hurling takes a lot away from the rest of the sports, and like they're not even professional. So, which means like so say like if you're playing soccer in England, like which is probably makes close to the amount of money that these make, like you'd be on, I mean, 30,000 to 500,000 euro a year, like, or a month, I mean. But then in Gaelic football, you don't get paid, like, so you don't get an actual salary, but obviously you get sponsorship deals easily, and they sort you out with a good job and stuff. But it's like almost, the way college football and stuff, you have all the sources and the contacts and the sponsorship deals and stuff, but you just don't get paid in hand from it. Like, so weird like that way where, like, yeah, it's strange. Like,
wow, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that's I think the brutalist sport that we have here in the United States for sure is ice hockey. And yeah, do they have it as far as the Gaelic football? Do they let people fight and scrap like they do in hockey?
Not really, like, but you'd see people hitting slaps and stuff, and they wouldn't get sent off. Or you definitely see people, I've definitely played matches where, like, if you're in like professional standard games, like for Gaelic football and stuff, there'd be refs and stuff around, a lot of refs around, so you'd kind of be seen if you were getting started on fights and stuff. But I mean, if you were playing local football and there's one referee, like, and he's on one side of the field and you're having an argument with your marker, like, yeah, like I've definitely had a few punches or a few hits on people, like, but yeah, like anything goes really, like as long as you're not hitting them in the face, like the referee allows you, anything goes. Obviously, if you make it obvious, it's obvious, but you can crack someone in the ribs with your elbow if you're, scrapping with them, trying to get the ball, or Yeah, they're not too strict on the rules, like physically.
Gotcha. Well, guys, we've been going for a little over 2 hours here. Is there anything that you'd like to add, Nick? Or
no, I mean, I had a blast. This is I think like my second or third time talking to Sir Doge, and it's always a pleasure to hear from a fellow Doger from Ireland. I think it's great.
Yeah,
Back at you, Nick.
Big time. So yeah, this was awesome, Sir Doge of the coin. It was great having you, and will you come back?
100%. Appreciate it, Steve.
Yeah, you bet, man. It was an absolute pleasure. Guys, I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. This was an awesome episode. And if you didn't catch all of it, no need to worry. When the stream ends, you can just click on the channel and it will all be there for playback. And don't forget, tomorrow night is a big show as well. Tomorrow night, we have Liv from Ass Finance, Ass Token, and then also Satan. We're having Satan. Satan himself is going to be on the show tomorrow night, so we're going to have a really good in-depth interview with Satan between Liv and I. And Terry Reed, thank you for the $5 super chat on the way out. She says, to the moon, guys. Thank you, Nurse Terry Reed. Appreciate you. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Hit subscribe. Hit that notification bell on all. And if you want to follow Sir Doge of the coin, give him a follow if you don't already. I'm going to put his Twitter link in the chat for you guys right now. So make sure to give Sir Doge a follow on Twitter if you don't already. Just put it in the chat now. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks again for joining us, and I will talk to you soon. Don't forget, tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, here on Steven Steele Live with Liv of Ass Finance and Satan. Thanks again, guys. This is Steven Steele signing out.